welcome to the show, everybody. Little Clutch there. Matt shout out. Matt Dunich, big fan of Clutch. We're going to get straight to it. Week 2 preview of Cannonball Dookie. Game number 1, Potato Freaks versus Dirty Mike and the boys. Should be a good game. Potato Freaks pulled out a victory last week. Very close game to Ancient Astronaut Theorists. Potato Freaks is going to need a lot more help from David Bowe this week. He didn't have a good game last week, and I don't expect him to have a good game this week either, unfortunately. Also, in comes Johnny Knox. Out goes rookie running back Mark Ingram after a terrible first game performance last week. I understand it was against Green Bay. Defense is a little good, but you know what? The guy sucks, and he's going to be a bust. He's my prediction for bust of the year. It's going to be a tough game for Freaks, as we all know how Dirty Mike and the boys won his game last week.
And he's got to give his receiver a chance.
There's Brady out of the gun from the half-yard line. Why not? To Wes Welker. Wes Welker pulling away, and he ties an NFL record with a 99-yard touchdown.
Oh, my. How many guys throw it out of their end zone in an empty back?
Yeah, Tom Brady and Welker. I mean, that was a magnificent play. I expect big things from Dirty Mike and the boys this week. I'm going to say Jason Witten is his standout player with anywhere from 25 to 35 points. He's going to have maybe close to 8 receptions, a little over 100 yards, maybe 2 touchdowns. That's just my prediction. And another prediction that I have is that Dirty Mike and the boys win this game 173, Potato Freaks 115. Moving right along to Cromartie's Skids versus Mr. Froman. Another good game. Dave versus Dave. Former champion Cromartie's Skids coming off a Game 1 victory here. First thing I noticed, Bernard Berrien on the bench after not giving him 1 point last week. Not too sure why he started. Does anybody know why he started him last week? No? Yeah, I don't know either. But he did have Beanie Wells and Mike Tolbert on the bench, so it's a little weird that he started that guy. But I don't even know Bernard. I never saw him. I never heard of him until I saw him in the lineup last week, to be honest. Mr. Froman also coming off a Game 1 victory. I'm expecting very big things from Jermichael Finley as well. It's 2 tight ends I'm expecting big things from. And it's going to be a double whammy because Froman also has Aaron Rodgers. And as Fidel likes to say, that's double points, bro. Double points. So it's going to be Rodgers to Jermichael all night long or all afternoon long. I'm not too sure when they play. I forget. Prediction. Since Dave Pasquino doesn't really check this site, and by the time he does check this site, this video will be taken down, and it'll be like a CBS story, I'm going to say that the Sausage King of Chicago wins this game, extends his win streak to 2, and the final score is 148 to 132. And as the Highlander said, there can be only one. Dave. Moving right along, we're going to call Sean to discuss game number 3, Ancient Astronaut Theorist versus Baby Bird. Let's get Sean on the line right now. He's probably feeding Zeke or something. Come on, Sean.
Hello?
Hello.
You.
Sean.
What's up?
Hey, how you doing? Thanks for joining us today.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Not too much. We're discussing Game 3 here. It's you versus Phil this week.
Yeah, so I actually had a couple beers with him this week.
Oh, yeah?
We were talking about it.
Do you expect big things from Michael Vick this week, or what?
Actually, no. He expects big things from his team, actually.
Well, we're not talking about his team. We're talking about yours right now. All right?
Oh, well, yeah. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, well, you know, we're both 0-1. We both lost some tough games, and you know what? If we're 0-2, it's not a big deal. I mean, I've made playoffs in leagues where, you know, I was 0-5 to start the season. So we're not really worried if we lose this week. But it should be a tough matchup.
Okay. Sean, I noticed Sproles is on your bench after having an outstanding performance last week against the tough Green Bay Packers. Is it possible he's inserted before kickoff Sunday?
Very possible. Very possible. I'm rolling with Meacham right now, but there might be a last second change there.
Okay. All right. Sean, I'm not sure if you noticed recently, but Phil has changed his logo. Are you aware of this?
I am not aware of this. What is it this week?
It's your default Facebook picture.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Knowing that he doesn't have Facebook, I'd like to know how he got that.
Huh. That's a good question. Does him changing that picture make your team have any motivation to come away with a victory this week?
Excuse me?
You know what? Next question. How many points do you expect Adrian Peterson to have?
Well, I'm going with AP is going to go wild this week. I'm going to say 3 touchdowns, maybe
3 touchdowns.
36 points.
Adrian Peterson, 36 points. You heard it from Sean first. Any last words for your opponent, Phil?
You know what? I don't have any for Phil, but I do have something for the commissioner.
Okay. Matthew Dunich.
If you don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think we should look into the whole scoring system again, once again. I'm not too happy with losing to Potato Freaks this past week. My kicker, Sebastian Janikowski, did hit a 63-yarder. I think that accounts for, that should be 40 points right there, just for that one kick. It broke the record. Well, it tied the record. Well, you look at Tom Brady, he had 60-something points for throwing 500 yards.
Right.
Yeah, Janikowski hit a 63-yard field goal. That should be 40 points right there.
Okay.
Think about it.
Yeah, those are some interesting points you bring up there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck tomorrow.
Yeah, you too. Good luck. Good luck to the whole league except for Tom Reynolds.
Okay. You have a good night.
You too. Take care now.
Yeah. That was Sean Dunich, owner of Ancient Astronaut Theorists. We want to take this time to congratulate Phil on his newborn child, Chase Asphalt. Congrats, Phil. We'll be back right after these messages. Hey, welcome back, everybody. How you doing? All right, we're going to get straight to it, to game number 4 now. Rock Hard Tissues versus Biracial Angels. Tissues have been in trouble ever since third-round pick Peyton Manning has been ruled out indefinitely due to a nerve regenerating in his neck. This is going to be a tough matchup for the Tissues. Second-round pick Larry Fitzgerald definitely needs to pick it up. Mario Manningham, Monday night game, that's going to be a good thing because, you know, Monday night games are usually, you get to at least root for that last hoorah at the end. Like, I hope this guy blows up for 20 points if you're down by 20 or something like that. As we saw last week with, who was it? Dirty Mike and the boys with Welker and Brady. I mean, last week, Monday night game, he blew it up and won. So, Monday night games are usually fun for guys. But, Tissues is really going to have to work hard this week. Biracial Angels most likely get huge numbers from, not Tom Brady, Tony Romo, that faggot. He's going against San Fran, and the rest of the Angels roster have very tough matchups. I mean, it could very well cost them the win. Maurice Jones-Drew goes against Jets, and Kenny Britt goes against Baltimore. This game is definitely a toss-up. But I do see the Tissues squeezing away with the victory in a very close one. Tissues 134 to 126. Moving right along to... Alright, moving right along to game number 5, Blasted Samoflange versus Polkai Panthers. This is another good matchup. Samoflange didn't look too good last week. The very early ongoings of the games, the first few games, but still managed to pull out a victory. He had late heroics from Cedric Benson, and all around a good game for second-year player, wide receiver Dez Bryant. I have a feeling that guy's going to be a big-time headache for many, many years to come for all fantasy owners across the nation. He's going to be a very annoying, injury-prone asshole that kind of is always like stretching on the side or like on a bike or something like that. He's going to be one of those guys, so be prepared, Matthew. Polkai Panthers is coming off a very unfortunate loss last week, all thanks to a Steelers defense who gave him a pathetic -8. Yes, the Steelers defense. Fidel Stella. The Steelers defense gave a -8 in fantasy last week. That's your number 1 defense, buddy. I see some things right now in his lineup, though, for Polkai Panthers that I'm not liking too much, and I'm hoping he changes before kickoff. I can picture a text message coming in before kickoff now. Yo, what don't you like in my lineup? But we'll get to that privately. All right there, Lucas? But hey, that's on him. I mean, he's allowed to do whatever he wants. My prediction for this game, Rivers facing New England, Chris Johnson facing Baltimore. This could be very big trouble for Simon Flange. So I see Panthers getting their first win of the season with a nail-biter. It's going to be like a 143 to 138. Right now we want to get a little serious. Last Sunday afternoon, Simon Flange took a terrible hit. They lost sleeper pick Danny Amendola for a chunk of the season, possibly. And maybe even the whole season. Who knows? As of right now, he's day-to-day, but if you saw what happened, he dislocated his elbow after a catch. And he was screaming on the field like an eel, swam up his urethra. I don't know if you guys heard that story. This old guy went into a bath of eels to age so he could look younger, and an eel swam up his urethra. Yeah, it went into his bladder and everything. You guys are going to need to Google that a little later. But, if you're any bit queasy, because we're going to show the replay. Fox decided not to show the replay because it's a little gross. But if you're any queasy at all, I suggest you look away right now.
Touch made by Amendola. He's the guy that took the hit a minute ago on the punt return and appeared to be grabbing something after making that catch. I don't know if it was his arm, his wrist, but you could see it as soon as he made the catch. You thought he might try and get up, and he was unable to do so. Well, moments ago, Danny Amendola helped to his feet. It appears to be a very serious injury.
Yeah. Ouch. We're going to move right along. Game number 6. Dismay and the JJ versus Donkey Punch. Battle of the losers. Save the worst for last, ladies and gentlemen. Arian Foster is coming back, so I guess we'll get to see what he's made of this year. If he really was worth that overall ¡1 pick. Doubt it, but, whatever. Ben Roethlisberger also looks to bounce back after a dreadful performance last week. He just, either the Ravens defense is really good or Ben Roethlisberger sucks. And I think he sucks. But, on Donkey's Punch end, Vincent Jackson needs to step it up, and so does Frank Gore, but we all know that's not going to happen. And I see the Vikings defense in his starting lineup right now, and that has me worried. I see negative numbers in that box by 4 p.m. Eastern Time. But we'll see. Prediction for this game, Dismay and the JJ 118, Donkey Punch 107. Donkey Punch isn't going to get a win in this one. Sorry, guy. That's it for the show. Thanks for joining us. See you next week. Hopefully a little earlier. Maybe I'll try to get it in Friday instead of right before the games. See you later. Have a good one, and good luck, everybody.